Well, good evening, and just in time for TV47 weekend this last Sunday of the month of December 2021. Let's have a look at what we have prepared for you tonight. Tonight, more bodies retrieved from River NZU. Death toll now stands at 31.
Katika maisha kuna kuzaliwa na kuna kukufa, na katikati ya kuzaliwa na kukufa kuna choice. Sasa kaniambia I have to make my choice of which it will not hurt me. Na hiyo ndio ilikuwa communication yangu na yeye ya mwisho.
A body of a 9-month-old baby is among those retrieved. Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua launches his presidential manifesto promising to complete Uhuru's Big Four agenda.
For us to be able to realize our dreams, you cannot just promise without showing where the money will come from. The widening the best economic ideology of Maendeleo Chap borrows heavily from the success of the tiger economies and especially of Singapore, South Korea and Malaysia.
But Raila and Ruto were campaigning in Nairobi and Nyeri respectively. That survivor rescued from collapsed gold mine in Abimbo, Bondo. 5 more are still trapped. Well, and on this 5th day of the month of December, my name is Grace Josephine, and Catherine Sibaloy is our sign language interpreter this evening. Now, meanwhile, one more person of Abimbo gold mine tragedy is in Bondo, Siaya County, has been rescued on Sunday. This now brings to 4 the total number of miners rescued so far. One person was, however, reported to have died while receiving treatment. And as Andrin Kilemi now reports, families of miners who are yet to be rescued are hopeful that their kins will be rescued alive 4 days after the accident.
Rescue operations for Abimbo gold mine victims entered day 4 Sunday, with one more person having been rescued. The 22-year-old miner, who is among the 8 that were trapped under the rubble when the tragedy occurred last week, was rushed to Bondo Sub-County Hospital for treatment.
The one who was rescued in the morning is recuperating well. He has started talking, so I believe very soon he's going to be okay.
The gold mine collapsed Thursday last week, burying at least 10 miners who were at the site. 2 were successfully rescued on Friday night, one of whom was later reported dead while receiving treatment.
I was sent purposely to see if they need some further assistance from ATAM or the agents party like KTF, but the rescue team has promised they are able to do it themselves.
According to Siaya Deputy County Commissioner Richard Karani, rescue efforts are underway to retrieve 4 more miners who are still trapped.
There are 4 people trapped inside. We believe that they are still okay and we hope to retrieve them alive. So rescue efforts are ongoing.
Rescue teams have now turned to manual digging to prevent further collapse due to the already weak soil. Andrin Kilemi, TV47.
Well, on to a rather sad story once again. 2 people were shot dead in the last 12 hours in Marakwet East. One was shot dead yesterday in Aurora, while another one was shot dead at Kasagat Endo in Marakwet East, bringing the total number of those killed to 10 in the last 1 month. Bandits staged another raid in Chemoy, Baringo North, and made away with over 100 cows.
The 2 were shot dead in the last 12 hours. One was shot dead on Saturday in Aurora, while another was shot dead at Kasagat Endo in Marakwet East, bringing the number of those killed to 10 in the last 1 month. Bandits staged another raid in Chemoy, Baringo North, and made away with over 100 herds of cattle before shooting in the air.
Yati constituency, wale watu wazuri wakinyamaza, basi wakora ndio wanachukua, na wakichukua uchukani. Awata tutawahi kuwa na inchi ya Kerio Valley mzima mpaka Turkana mpaka Samburu.
Elgeyo Marakwet Senator Kipchumba Murkomen lashed on the government for the runaway insecurity along Kerio Belt, noting that the president should now focus his energy in protecting the lives and property of people in Kerio who have suffered for over 5 months now, with over 40 people losing their lives.
The president we know is retiring. But for the 8 months yenye Rais Uhuru Kenyatta bado wako ofisi, sisi tunaendelea kusisitiza kwamba President Uhuru Kenyatta, even if you are still in office for 1 day, a bloodshed that is going on in Kerio Valley is not fair for the people of Kerio Valley. It's not fair for the lives of these people.
According to Bartabwa MCA Ruben Chepsongol, the insecurity wave in the area is alarming as they stage attacks almost in every county in the North Rift area. A mother and her 3-month-old baby were killed in the recent past.
Ulijionea wanaua mpaka jeshi uko Laikipia. Kama wanaua jeshi, watu wa Kerio Valley ambao hawana chochote wanaua kama panya.
Sisi tumechoka. Hata kama viongozi, it has really become a very painful period. The last 5 years imekuwa ngumu kupambana na mambo ya cattle rustling. We are losing people. Tunapoteza watu kila siku. Leo asubuhi hii. Jana kwanza, wacha nianzie jana Saturday. Was it Saturday, Friday? Tumebari 4 people kwa Elgeyo Marakwet hapa. 4 ambayo wamewawa safari moja na bandits last week. Today, this morning, hata hatujazika hawa, sasa asubuhi ya leo, mtu mmoja amewawa tena kwa hapo Tot. So, in the last, like, a span of 6 months or so, we've lost over 40 people. Yeah? Kwa Marakwet, 40 people, wenye wako na watoto wadogo kama hawa. It's very, very painful.
The killings happened less than 24 hours after 4 people who were shot dead last week were laid to rest on Friday, where the 2 were alleged to have been ambushed by suspected Pokot bandits who fled to the border of Baringo and Elgeyo Marakwet counties. Chichi Josephine, TV 47.
Moving on, remnants of freedom fighters and the children from Lari constituency in Kiambu County are set to traverse the 4 counties in the former Central Province and the paths of freedom that were used by the freedom fighters by foot from 1952 to 1960 to fight the colonial government. And as Mecca Gwongona reports, the group is now requesting Kiambu County government to build a museum at the land at which the war was declared.
The 6 days journey will be flagged off by Kikuyu priest Mothamaki Thiong'o in Kirenga Market using Kireita Forest, where they will have 6 stopovers in every county gathering information to the freedom fighters that are still alive in every county.
And why we are identifying this site is because on 26th of March 1953, the Mau Mau warriors assembled on this ground. And that is when they now started the onslaught and the Rally massacre atrocities. They were avenging what they had actually been done by the white people.
Speaking during a courtesy call to the freedom fighter, Kagowa Thaga said the information of the freedom is very scanty, where they are now requesting Kiambu County government to build a museum at the land at which the war was declared.
Enormous benefits, because we are going to leave a history which is actually now ebbing up. We have to rewrite the history of our own people. Yes, we don't have any very tangible, evidence on Mau Mau, because the few survivors that we have is where we are getting the information.
What is written in the books and what is in our archives. Sometimes when you talk to these old and people who are in the forest, there is some differences. And maybe we see as if some of those things in the archives were maybe done for other, edited or done for other insincere reasons.
The freedom fighters congratulated the Kenyan government for constructing Mau Mau roads as a remembrance of fighters who fought mercilessly for independence of this country.
Na majina yote ya watu wote walipigania uhuru na historia yao itakuwa kumbukumbu kwao, na ningeomba wale wanaonekana wanyonge sana, kama serikali inaweza saidia hawa ni afadhali, hata afadhali wale wengine, lakini wale wameonekana hawana nguvu wangeweza saidiwa.
8 more bodies, including that of a 9-month-old baby, have been retrieved from River Enziu in Mwingi, Kitui County, following yesterday's bus accident, raising death toll to 33. And as Elizabeth Atieno now reports, the rescue operation team was this evening able to pull out the bus off the river, but the search for other bodies is still ongoing.
It all began as a happy Saturday morning for this choir group from St. Joseph Seminary Mwingi Catholic Church as they prepared to perform at a wedding ceremony for the renewal of vows of one of their church members aged 70. 2 hours later, the bus driver together with occupants decided to take the risk and cross the flooded River Enziu to join their colleagues on the other side. A few minutes later, cries and yells of passengers desperate to save their lives are all that could be heard after the bus they boarded plunged into the river, causing the death of 33 people, 15 from the same family. Saturday's unfortunate incident has left a deep scar to Elvis Musili, who lost his wife and nephew in the accident.
Hiyo mkasa mimi nimepoteza bibi yangu na pia nimepoteza kijana wa my cousin. Kile tunaweza kuomba dunia na watu wote tuombee kwa Mungu ili atupe roho ya kukumbali na aweze kutufariji.
Elvis' pain equals that of this woman, a friend to one Kenneth Wanzala Mutua, who also lost his life in the accident, and she recounts the last conversation she had with the deceased.
Kwa huo wakati ndio alinitumia message clip ya video, akaniambia katika maisha kuna kuzaliwa na kuna kukufa, na katikati ya kuzaliwa na kukufa kuna choice. Sasa kaniambia I have to make my choice of which it will not hurt me. Na hiyo ndio ilikuwa communication yangu na yeye ya mwisho.
Rescue operations led by KDF, Kenya Red Cross and the National Youth Service were underway since morning, and the bus was later pulled out of the river. Family and friends to the deceased have pleaded with the government to come up with measures of curbing such occurrences in future.
Pia tunaomba tu serikali, tunashukuru na tunaiomba itie bidii kuwaokoa wenzetu wale wamekwama kwa maji, at least wengine wetu waone mili yao.
Sema serikali iache kucheza na maisha ya watu. Ndio ni kuchezea maisha ya watu. Huo mtu umekula watu wengi sana. Na kila ngari kiingia hapo anakunja, wanasimama hapo, wanaongea maneno yao na wanaenda.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, through a statement from State House, sent his message of condolences to the family and friends of the deceased in the Mwingi bus accident and wished for the quick recovery to those injured. He further urged Kenyans to avoid crossing swollen rivers, especially during the rainy seasons. Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
That is a story that we will definitely be following up for you. Moving on into the political scene, Maendeleo Chapchap party leader and Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua has launched his 2022 manifesto. Mutua promised, among other things, to complete the Jubilee's Big Four agenda as well as the ruling party's 2013 promises. And as Paul Kirobi now reports, newly married couples will get loans of between $500,000 and 1 million shillings should Mutua clinch the top seat.
I'm going to ask a few leaders of Maendeleo Chapchap, some ladies, maybe 4 or 5 of you to come here so we can take a photo.
The second-term Machakos Governor and Maendeleo Chapchap party leader Alfred Mutua made several promises to Kenyans if elected president next year. Speaking while launching his manifesto Sunday, Mutua presented a 13 pillars manifesto dubbed a fresh start, among them completing Jubilee's Big Four agenda and the ruling party's 2013 promises.
I'm very happy that I have something to show. I built the fastest constructed stadium in Africa, not only in Kenya, and it is FIFA approved. I built it in 1 month. It is still there, used for international games. We used the little resources we had, but we had a stadium. As demonstrated, I will therefore complete construction of stadiums that are yet to be completed by the current government. Because tunajua, hizo stadium walisema watajenga, hawatajenga, wameshindwa kujenga, hawatajenga. So I'll complete those stadiums and we'll build more in a very chap manner.
Mutua issuing stern warning to politicians riding on his manifesto to seek votes from Kenyans. He, however, said he wouldn't mind supporting Raila's presidential bid next year, despite being on the rest to State House.
I'm asking our leaders, who are running for president to do like what I've done, to be original and not to just copy. So I encourage other presidential candidates and political parties not to copy this manifesto and start presenting it as their own.
The 2022 presidential aspirant also promised loans of between 500,000 and 1 million shillings as a wedding gift for newlywed couples as gift from his government should he clinch the top seat.
Wanaume pote walipo wajue sasa kama umekwama kuna school fees, there's a fund you can draw to take care of your family.
Mutua also promised to ensure free education in government schools. Others in the race are KANU's Gideon Moi, Wiper's Kalonzo Musyoka, ANC's Musalia Mudavadi, Deputy President William Ruto and ODM boss Raila Odinga.
It is now a matter of wait and see on whether the increasing list of presidential contenders will complete the race come 2022, or it is just a dream of a few presidential hopefuls. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
And on that political note, we take our very first break. Don't go too far away as we have a lot more lined up for you.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Captain tupigie risto.
Entrepreneurs around the country are creatively grinding.
I started with a borrowed phone.
A borrowed phone?
Yeah, that could last 2 hours with charge.
We just have to do quality work for them.
To make their mark in an unpredictable market.
It was now going on a sales venture, looking for stockists door to door.
On the grind, we bring you their stories so you can tell yours. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Men are known to be the pillars.
We're rising up together.
Say your point.
You need an alpha male now to come and help you and your girl.
Ameongea zero.
And women, they are the cornerstone that hold the pillars.
Don't be entitled. A man is peaceful, a man knows how to talk to a lady.
This November, the Men's Conference brings a cocktail of diverse ladies to weigh in on various matters.
Something I'd love more to see is men being able to exist as themselves.
Tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey, and for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone is talking about.
This is the only show where we keep it authentic. We share our lifetime experiences, and you know what? Tell every person that you can turn your pain into power.
Join Joy Irungu on Night In as we take the brave step of sharing.
The road to 2022 is becoming tougher.
Nyuma ya wheelbarrow kuna economic model.
And trickier with each passing day.
Niliwaambia washushe chini bei ya mafuta.
Political aspirants in a dilemma whether to change allegiance or not.
How has Raila and the handshake made Jubilee lose focus?
You've seen Raila Odinga flying military choppers.
Our people have never been called to Uhuru Park to unite. Mm-hmm. They have always united out of their own volition.
Reduce your madness.
Kenyans are suffering.
Mm-hmm. Would that be fair to conclude?
I don't want your station to be sued. That Jubilee government has never been able to sponsor any successful project.
Every Monday at 9:30 p.m., Pundits Night brings you inclusive and candid conversations with the pundits. We say disability is not inability.
our impairment are not disability. Disability is the barriers put across by the society.
Beyond the Limit gives a voice to those abled differently.
People with special needs can undertake a job, particularly that is customer service focused, as good, if not better than people that are 100% abled.
We bring you conversations of these great persons, round table conversations, and many more. Every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Tasty. 100 any chungi mmoja kabisa, like you do not need to add anything.
So the first thing you need as a beekeeper is a beehive.
Yes. Even though I know I won't read it as that because when I'm engaging the time.
You can handle it. But if you want us to reduce, we can reduce it.
Wake up feeling fresh every morning and knowing that there is a morning show that's got you covered. It's the morning show built just for you. From local headlines, a comprehensive debate, entertainment, and so much more. I'm always thrilled joining you every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on TV47, the home of untold stories.
Kilimo Diaries is
Well, thank you for staying with us. To more politics now. Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga has said he will lead Nyeri County mass defection from Jubilee Party to the United Democratic Alliance led by Deputy President William Ruto. Kahiga, together with State Member of Parliament, have announced to decamp from Jubilee as he is the only governor left in the party from the Mount Kenya region. Kahiga and the leaders who accompanied Ruto during his second day of the Nyeri County tour said Mount Kenya region will not be coerced in supporting ODM leader Raila Odinga.
Speaking at a church service at the PAG Nyeri Town Church where he accompanied Deputy President William Ruto, Nyeri County Governor Mutahi Kahiga said he is a lonely man in the Jubilee Party and he is ostensibly feeling the heat and pressure to decamp from the party after his fellow Mount Kenya governors James Nyoro, Nderitu Mureithi, Francis Kimemia and Lee Kenyanjui burnt their bridges with the Jubilee Party.
Mimi peke yangu ndio governor ya Jubilee sasa Kenya. Na hii baridi inaniua. Mniombee sana. Kwa sababu ni mimi peke yangu nimebaki. Nyumba yetu imesarambaratika, lakini ni vizuri hata niambie wale wanaendeleza. Hata kama bado ni mimi nimebaki, mimi sitaolewa ODM.
Sasa Kahiga usihangaike sana. Kwa sababu sasa tuliona jana wale walikuwa wamebaki wachache kwa Jubilee walihama. Sasa unajua unaweza kukaa pale ile nyumba ika collapse on top of you. So I think it is too risky now for you to stay there alone. I think watu wa Nyeri wamekuambia Kahiga aungane na watu wa kazi ni kazi.
Kahiga, who is said to be received officially by the Deputy President into the United Democratic Alliance, has said ODM leader Raila Odinga is not sellable in the Mount Kenya region as his development plan is unclear. He says Raila has nothing to offer except political rhetoric and lectures.
Baada ya mimi kuongea na yeye na kumwambia Nyeri tunaenda hivi, alikaa siku mbili na ilikuwa tu anaenda kidogo anarudia historia. Sasa na ni vizuri, niliona hata rais alisema juzi ati watu wengine wazee wanaweza kimbia zaidi, huyo wasijaribu ataanguka.
Sauti yetu na viongozi wenu ni moja. Kiongozi wenu anasema tuende kwa kitendawili, tunasema tukae kwa Ruto. Muko kwa kitendawili ama kwa Ruto? Muko kwa kitendawili ama kwa Ruto? Ile shida tuko naye ni wale viongozi kutoka hapa walipanga William Ruto apigwe na mawe na rumoro. Na hiyo ndio shida yetu na huyo mbunge wenu. Akiwacha hiyo maneno tutasikizana.
Ninawauliza watu wa Tetu, watu wa Nyeri, mnataka huyu gavana abaki kwa Jubilee ama akuje UDA?
The second in command who received Tetu MP James Gishoe Mwangi into the UDA party said 165 MPs are solidly behind the Hustler Nation and urged Nyeri residents to rally behind him as he has a clear roadmap for the country's economic prosperity.
Yeye anashangaa akitoka kwa sababu yeye ndio wa mwisho. Atawaachia nani kifunguo? Kwa sababu sasa amesema yeye ndiye amebaki. Sasa nimemwambia hivi, sisi wote tunatokanga wakati hakuna mtu kwa nyumba. Nimemwambia sasa hiyo kifunguo afunge nyumba na aweke juu pale watu wanawekanga ile kifunguo. Alafu tuhame.
Na tuwaeleze ya kwamba sasa hakuna gavana hata mmoja wa Mount Kenya region ambaye amebaki hiyo chama ya Jubilee. Hiyo sasa ni scrap metal, wafuge hiyo chama. They need to liquidate Jubilee. They give us back our capital because that party no longer exists.
Ruto and his entourage popularized his proposed bottom-up economic model, as well as promising the independence of constitutional bodies once elected president.
We want to tell our judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, you must stand with the people of Kenya and exercise your mandate independently. Supreme Court wasikubali kutumiwa na wale ambao wanataka kufanya siasa na BBI. Never again will the people of Kenya see a government that uses political persuasion, intimidation, coercion, and use independent institutions to fight its competitors.
At the same time, Ruto urged politicians to shun hooliganism in politics, aimed at disrupting their opponents' rallies and instead engage in mature and agenda-based politics. Following his two-day tour of Nyeri County, Deputy President William Ruto's charm offensive has paid off after the county governor Mutahi Kahiga and Tetu Member of Parliament announcing they have joined the United Democratic Alliance Party. Mwangi Maina, TV47 from Chaka, Nyeri County.
ODM party leader Raila Odinga attended a church service at AIPCA Njiru in Kasarani constituency here in Nairobi County. Odinga continued with his Azimio la Umoja campaign ahead of his Big Brother announcement on Friday. Next week, Vincent Karoki has more.
ODM party leader Raila Odinga Sunday attended a church service at AIPCA Njiru Church in Kasarani, Nairobi, where an anointing service was organized for his presidential bid. Odinga was accompanied by various political leaders who continued to rally him to be elected as the 5th president.
Niseme hivi baba, tunajua baba amejaribu miaka mingi kusimama, lakini tunamuibia kura. Wakati huu baba nataka kukuambia, kwa sababu umetufunza kuleta Wakenya pamoja.
Sema mulima, munasema mulima iko na baba. Mulima iko wapi? Mulima iko wapi?
Tupigania moja, tupigania. Tunapigania nchi yetu. Ni nini ingine mnatafuta? Sisi ni watu wa kujitafutia mali yetu, si ndio? Kuendelea mbele tunataka amani Kenya, si ndio? Asanteni sana.
After the church service, Odinga's motorcade tour Njiru and Mweki, where he popularized his agenda of Azimio la Umoja. Odinga yet again defended his 6,000 shillings monthly stipend to needy families.
Watu ambayo hawana chochote wakati huu, tunasema tutaleta ile mpango ya kuhudumia watu ambayo hawana. Naita Social Protection Fund tutaleta. Vile inafanyika kule Marekani, kule Ulaya, kule Brazil, kule Namibia, hata Malawi wameanza hiyo Social Protection Fund. Kwa hivyo kile jamii ambayo watakuwa hawana mapato yoyote watapata kutoka kwa serikali kila mwezi shilingi 6,000.
Odinga will announce his political fate on Friday the 10th of December this year.
Sasa nimesema wiki ijayo Ijumaa tarehe 10 mwezi wa Disemba hapa uwanja wa Kasarani, mimi nitaongea na taifa la Kenya. Nataka nyinyi nyote mfike huko. Mtafika? Mtafika? Wangapi watafika? Nione kwa mkono. Mko tayari? Mko tayari kwa mapinduzi? Mapinduzi ya tatu ya uchumi ya vijana.
Leaders who accompanied Odinga have said they will support him in the race to State House next year.
Na sisi Nairobi tumeshaamua na Kenya mzima ni baba. Kweli ama kweli? Si ukweli? Mwezi wa 8 tutajitokeza wote, kura zote tutawekea baba. Tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Baba aendelee ama asiendelee?
The final stopover of his caravan was in Roysambu, where he addressed the residents. Vincent Karoki, TV47, Nairobi.
And that report by Vincent brings us to our second break. It's right about 31 minutes past the hour. Don't go too far away.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories. On the next episode of The Realtor.
Today is all about pallets. So majority pallets come from outside the country. It's easy to polish them, it's easy to paint them, and it's also easy to design.
Usiyakubalie maumivu ya misuli kukatiza ratiba yako. Kaluma Pain Balm ni dawa ya kusugua iliyotengenezwa kutoka kwa miche maalum ili kutuliza maumivu ya misuli. Kaluma Pain Balm. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari. Nothing beats the freedom of overcoming the limitations of distance, time, and space. At Mount Kenya University, we offer internationally recognized education through the open, distance, and electronic learning, giving you the flexibility of studying from any part of the world and graduating on time. Simple? Great. Intake is in progress. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
MobiKey the car market is the new used car dealer in Kenya. MobiKey the car market is part of the JAP Group, a centenary company that is the leading reference in the automotive sector in Portugal and has established itself in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Mozambique, and Angola. A market reference that was built with hard work year after year, vision, boldness, and social responsibility, establishing a standard for sustainable growth that each employee embraces. We are proud to have more than 2,000 devoted employees that each day service our clients. MobiKey the car market promises to our clients the best cars, certified cars with 120 points checked, the best service, 100% satisfaction guarantee with pre-delivery inspection, the best price, found cheaper, tell us where, total transparency. All our cars have genuine mileage and certificate of origin. Find us at MobiKey the car market, Penzi Park, Mombasa Road on 071 6666 111. Visit our website on www.mobilekeycarmarket.co.ke. At Trisent School of Medical Health Science and Technology, we offer highly competitive courses tailor-made to suit your needs. These include certificate and diploma in theatre technology, medical engineering, nutrition and dietetics, science lab, health records, environmental health science, counseling psychology, applied biology, social work and community development information and communication technology, computer engineering, information systems, among others. January 2022 intake is on ongoing. Register now at our Nairobi campus in Nairobi West around Nyayo Stadium on 0700-129-536. Our Juja campus next to Jomo Kenyatta University on 0700-000-760. And our Kisumu campus opposite Swan Center, Oginga Odinga Street on 0703-201-229. Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology, where careers come to life.
Captain, tupigie risto.
Entrepreneurs around the country are creatively grinding.
I started with a borrowed phone.
A borrowed phone?
Yeah, that could last 2 hours with charge.
We just have to do quality work for them.
To make their mark in an unpredictable market.
It was now going on a sales venture, looking for stockists door to door.
On the grind, we bring you their stories so you can tell yours. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Men are known to be the pillars.
We're rising up together.
Say your point. You need an alpha male now to come and help you and your girl.
Ameongea zero.
And women, they are the cornerstone that hold the pillars.
Don't be entitled. A man is peaceful, a man knows how to talk to a lady.
This November, the Men's Conference brings a cocktail of diverse ladies to weigh in on various matters.
Something I'd love more to see is men being able to exist as themselves.
Tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey, and for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone is talking about.
This is the only show where we keep it authentic. We share our lifetime experiences, and you know what? Tell every person that you can turn your pain into power.
Join Joy Irungu on Night In as we take the brave step of sharing.
The road to 2022 is becoming tougher.
Nyuma ya wheelbarrow kuna economic model.
And trickier with each passing day.
Niliwaambia washushe chini bei ya mafuta.
Political aspirants in a dilemma whether to change allegiance or not.
How has Raila and the handshake made Jubilee lose focus?
You've seen Raila Odinga flying military choppers.
Our people have never been called to Uhuru Park to unite. They have always united out of their own volition.
Reduce your madness.
Kenyans are suffering.
Would that be fair to conclude?
I don't want your station to be sued. That Jubilee government has never been able to sponsor any successful project.
Every Monday at 9:30 p.m., Pundits Night brings you inclusive and candid conversations with the pundits. We say disability is not inability.
Our impairment are not disability. Disability is the barriers put across by the society.
Beyond the Limit gives a voice to those abled differently.
People with special needs can undertake a job, particularly that is customer service focused, as good, if not better, than people that are 100% abled.
We bring you conversations of these great persons, round table conversations, and many more. Every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Tasty. 100, yani chumvi imeonja kabisa, like you do not need to add anything.
Yes. So the first thing you need as a beekeeper is a beehive.
Yes. Even though I know I won't treat it as that, because when I'm getting the time, you can
Well, glad to have you back. Now, did you know of a living laboratory? One of its kind on the continent is found in Laikipia County. Mpala Research Center, a hub for experimental and manipulative research, has been in operation for the last 25 years. It has helped shape careers of a number of scientists, both locally and internationally. Our very own Sharon Baranga was at this particular center and filed this report.
Hundreds of kilometers from the capital city, Nairobi, in a remote area of Laikipia County, is Mpala Research Center. The little-known facility in the eyes of a majority of Kenyans is a landmark when it comes to experimental and manipulative research that allows scientists and students interact with the environment, exploring basic science in an effort to find ways to address real-world problems. From this, the institution earned the name a living laboratory, one of its kind in Africa.
Mpala is unique because it gives people the chance to learn in the field. Hands-on, practical, wildlife, livestock, communities, landscapes. It's a very different way of learning. It's learning by engaging in activity, observing, collecting data, getting your hands dirty, going out. It's hot, it's difficult, but it's also really fun and exciting. So Mpala is a space where students can come and they can explore, they can try new ideas, they can ask questions, and they can actually grow and develop their idea, but also grow and develop themselves. Learn what it's like to work with different cultures, different communities, different landscapes.
But it is still in the progress of being developed. It's not yet complete. So these
students and scientists from local universities, as well as those from foreign countries, often spend time at Mpala researching on ways to improve conservation of natural human-occupied ecosystem through basic research, education, outreach, and creating new scientific knowledge and developing science-based solutions to guide conservation actions for the benefit of nature and human welfare.
Our students come from a wide range of places. They come from many different Kenyan universities. We have students from Karatina University, from Pwani University, from the University of Nairobi, from Moi University. We also have students who come here as interns. So students who come and intern in many different areas, in technology, in technician of research support, in IT, as well as in the labs and the field. And then we have students who come from international organizations. We have students from universities abroad. We have students that come on field courses. And the most important group we have are the students who come to do long-term research. They are contributing basic, original knowledge through the work that they do.
The challenge with engaging young people in research, particularly students, has always been issues of funding. Of course, research draws significant funds, and usually the limitation of engagement is in terms of the research funds that are available for students to do innovative research. But I'm saying this because I'm involved with quite a number of students here at Mpala that are working with me to address various issues. And of course, we run dry of funds, but luckily we have organizations like Mpala that are able to supplement that and be part of supporting young researchers to form their careers and also provide solutions to the landscape. NRF, National Research Fund, they are funding a lot of Kenyans to conduct research, particularly at the level of masters and PhDs, and that has been very helpful. So we would hope to see more and more of those coming up and supporting Kenyans to get involved in research, so that we don't have to rely on external sources of funds which can also be complicated to get.
And what sets apart Mpala Research Center?
Mpala is unique in the continent in that it brings together students and scientists from many different institutions and provides them with a safe and welcoming and supportive environment to go into the field. It's unique because we're based in the field. Our campus is actually, our lab is actually a remote area, and here we don't have electricity, we rely on solar power. We don't have water, we rely on rainwater, and we have all the support structure in place for scientists and students to come and do the work in the field. It's also unique because it's bringing together people from so many different backgrounds and skills. You have professors who've worked for 50 or 60 years on one species. You have a student who this is their first time going into the field, and they're able to interact and to learn from each other. So that's the other unique thing. The uniqueness is the opportunity of different people coming together to work together to solve problems, to ask questions.
In the 25 years that Mpala Research Center has existed, a number of achievements have been recorded at the institution, one of them being eradication of rabies in the vast Laikipia County.
Hundreds of papers have been published out of this research center, but the most important thing that we're most proud of is our Kenyan and African scientists who have come here as young scientists, as students, and have gone on to build careers in conservation, in science, in media, in many different fields. We have alumni who are impacting how livestock are managed, impacting the field of health, impacting the field of technology because of that life-changing experience that they had here at Mpala. And our alumni are not just here in Kenya or in Africa, they're all over the world. So we have had people working in leading universities, in international organizations, in government, all from their humble beginnings here at Mpala. And what they do is they carry that lesson of how interconnected we all are, how livestock and wildlife can coexist, how people are part of nature. We're part of the solution, we're part of the ecosystem.
The research center can accommodate up to 200 researchers at a given time from more than 30 countries. Currently, the facility has 20 researchers from 10 different countries. John Kahumbu is a student at the University of Nairobi studying microbiology and biotech. He has been working together with Charles Miano, a student from University of Embu who specializes in biochemist. The two students are research assistants at Mpala.
This is the Turkana Health and Genomics Project Lab, where we're running an experiment trying to determine the changes in the cardiometabolic health of people from the Turkana region who've moved from more rural areas to more urban areas in Kenya. The reason for this is because there has been noted there's an increase in the cases of diabetes, heart issues, and other such cardiometabolic health issues in people who've moved from urban to rural to urban areas. And other studies have been performed on this, but never on an isolated population such as the Turkana. So far, they have, of course, found that there has been an increase in diabetes in these populations, and now they're also trying to look at changes in the immunity of these populations across Kenya. So in the field, they usually collect blood samples, hair samples. They are now also collecting spit samples, which they bring back to this lab, where we do DNA extractions in this side of the lab, and then we move to the other side where we do PCR, which is the amplification of the DNA that we found, and then we sequence it in the sequencer that we have there to try to look at the genes and sequences of these populations and look at what changes occur between people who are in the rural areas to people who are in the urban areas, to try to find out exactly what is causing these changes in their cardiometabolic health.
There are many brilliant Kenyan scientists, and what they need is support. Kenyan scientists are brilliant at what they do, but resources are what is limiting. So through partnerships, we can access more resources. But the partnership itself is a resource, because if someone has worked on something for many years, that experience and wisdom that they bring to the partnership is really, really important. And that's something that we need to capitalize on. There's no society in the world that has developed without science. And right now, as we face the threat of climate change, of many other problems, we need that science to guide us, to provide solutions and guidance towards better resilience and sustainability for us to survive as Kenyans. We need science, and we need to empower Kenyan scientists.
Apart from supporting research, Mpala Research Center also helps needy learners from neighboring communities access education. One of the beneficiaries of this program is Fardosa Hassan, who was born and bred in Lekiji village of Laikipia North.
I went to school, to Lekiji Primary School. I later on went to high school, and after high school I got an opportunity to go to college and was supported by Mpala Research Center, an organization that I'm currently working in. So I work at Mpala in the logistics and operations department. So my work entails the day-to-day operations of the organization, and I'm also like a kind of a link between Mpala and the neighboring community. I started working in Mpala in 2017, but I've known Mpala for so many years because I come from this neighboring community. My job gives me an opportunity to work very closely with people from my community, and I'm also able to give back to them. I'm representing them at Mpala. When the opportunities, I'm able to link them. And Mpala has so many outreach programs, one of them being education, so they support people from Lekiji village to go to high school. We have someone who's got a scholarship to go to university, and they also employ so many people from Lekiji. Some years back, people didn't value education that much in Lekiji village. I can say that most of my female classmates got married when they were still young. Some dropped out of school, but I was lucky and I got this opportunity. I was exposed. I got to interact with so many people outside to see the opportunity, and that's why I decided to come back to this village and start a program that empowers women and girls in the village. So the program is called the Kids Women Initiative. So we empower women through beadwork. We have some projects that have supported us with beehive. And we're going to also start small-scale farming in future, where we can get produce that we can sell in the community rather than have people go to town to buy vegetables, so it can be like a source of income for them. And we also educate them on their rights, because there are also so many cases of gender-based violence, because many of them were married when they were still young. There's several harmful cultural practices like FGM that we're trying to end through this initiative, and also early marriages. We're also mentoring young girls to reduce the cases of school dropouts and teenage pregnancy. We also have a program where we distribute sanitary towels to women and girls in Lekiji village.
Mpala's focus and Mpala's sustainability is based on its community. We are very privileged to be here in Laikipia North, embedded within a community, a diverse community, a traditional community, and a really engaged community. 90% of our employees are from the local communities. And we're very, very proud of the fact that we were able to sustain our operations throughout 2020 and 2021 because of our strong relationship with our communities and our strong relationship with our partners. And the key thing that enabled us to do this is because we have brilliant Kenyan capacity. If we had not invested in that capacity, most of our research would have shut down. But we were able to continue and grow our research programs because we had invested in Kenyan capacity. So while universities across the world were shutting down their research, Mpala was able to continue all its research. Not a single project was closed on Mpala. All of our staff was sustained, and we've even grown our research footprint during this time. We can only do this because we've